Hey y'all, it's Kelt, and let's talk about escaping a legal restraint. Roll clip.
Can one of the world's strongest men really break out of handcuffs? Starting with level 1, plastic zip ties. Whoa, you almost hit me with that. That was so easy for you, what the heck? Next, we got these pink fluffy handcuffs. I know they look harmless, but don't underestimate them. All right, let's roll. Oh my gosh, that was so easy. You snapped that like a twig. Before we go on this next one, it's gonna get very difficult. You sure you can handle this?
I'll do my best.
Okay, for level 3, you're gonna try to break out of police-grade handcuffs.
Let's do it.
To put things into perspective, police-grade handcuffs can withstand 500 pounds of force, while the average person can only exert 50 to 80 pounds of force. But can the world's strongest man break out of them? Let's find out. Pressure's on. He's doing some sort of maneuver, so he's getting in the position so that he can exert the right force to break these. I don't know if he's gonna be able to do it. So it looks like he's trying to get a point where he can apply pressure. Here we go. Oh, that's insane. That's a clean break. Wow, that's insane.
So that video was posted by an account called Law by Mike, and it's a good video, so it's not knocking that at all. But the purpose of my video is to show you don't have to be the strongest person in the world, or even be a very strong person to escape a legal restraint. I picked Mike's video because it highlights 3 types of restraints, 3 very common types of restraint. First, impromptu. Second, novelty restraints. And third, professional restraints. This isn't going to cover every single scenario and every single type of restraint someone could do to illegally restrain you, but it's going to give you a basic rundown of a few things. So let's get into the first type, impromptu restraints. In this scenario, we're mostly going to talk about zip ties, or more commonly, zip cuffs. The majority of you already know what a zip tie is. It's a little thing you can buy at any hardware store. It allows you to secure gear together. If someone is going to restrain you with just a normal hardware store bought zip tie, if they have a big enough one, they're just going to wrap one around your arm, or they may chain 2 together, one around each wrist. If they put any type of planning into it, though, they may be using what's called zip cuffs. Zip cuffs are made of the same material as zip ties, but they are in cuff shape. Usually a bar, 2 loops, same locking mechanism as a zip tie. Either one they use, zip ties, zip cuff, or for that matter, any other type of impromptu restraint, you're going to have 3 ways of escaping it. You're going to either unlock it, you're going to cut it, or you're going to break it. And the method that you're going to pick is all going to depend on your scenario. Unlocking one of these restraints takes the longest amount of time. Cutting one of them could be quick, could not be, depending on how tight it is, how much space you have, and what tools you have. Breaking it is usually the fastest, but it mostly requires practice. Fun fact, you don't have to be strong to break an impromptu restraint. You just have to know how to do it. So first, let's talk about unlocking impromptu restraints. Obviously, this mostly works with zip ties and zip cuffs over an impromptu restraint such as duct tape. Yeah, you didn't know you can unlock zip ties? Next time you have a zip tie, I want you to get one and look at this spot right here. It's really hard to see on my camera, and the setup I have, I'm not really able to zoom in. But if you look right here, you'll see the locking mechanism in the zip tie. The way a zip tie works and a zip cuff is you feed in this part right here, and you're going to see little grooves right along the edge. These grooves lock into a little bar right here that you can use to unlock it. And unlocking it is extremely easy, just time consuming. What you do is you take something like a knife, you slide it in, and you push that little bar to the side. And what that's going to allow you to do is to slowly work out those grooves and pull the zip tie apart. This is useful if somebody is zip tied, especially your buddy. It's hard to do this on your own. Is zip tied and it's too tight to be able to get a knife or a blade or a scissors underneath it to be able to cut it without hurting them. Most of the time, you're going to work that until you can actually either just slip your arm out or get something in that you can cut the zip tie or the zip cuff. Don't waste your time fully undoing the zip tie. It's just a waste. As I said, the second option for escaping an impromptu one is cutting it. I don't think I should have to explain how to cut it, but just as a quick one, if you're cutting something around your wrist, you want to make sure sharp edge out, you're working up and out, not sawing towards the person's hand. If it's duct tape, they're wrapped, cut between the wrists. Be smart, be safe, Don't hurt your buddy when you're trying to release them from illegal restraints. The last method of escaping improvised illegal restraint is breaking it. Believe it or not, zip ties and even duct tape, same technique, is very easy to escape by breaking it if you know what you're doing. Fair warning, it's not the least painful thing ever. It's not extremely painful, but it's going to hurt a little bit. So, when the loop's around your wrist, what you're going to use is your teeth, and you're going to pull down and tighten this loop as much as you can around both of your wrists. You want it uncomfortably tight around your wrist, no slack whatsoever. What you're doing is using tension to your advantage. Once you have it as tight as you can around your wrists, you're going to use the following technique. You're going to push your arms all the way out. I don't have a lot of space where I am right now. You're going to pull down to your chest really fast, strike your chest, and try to pull out at the same time as you hit, like that. You're going to use hitting your chest and pulling apart as a way of creating more tension in there than those bands can take. This works with duct tape too, and it's just going to eventually break it apart. You may have to hit a few times, you may have to practice, and it's gonna hurt. You can even do this when your hands are behind your back. It's a different striking motion. It's a little harder to move around and try to tighten them yourself with your teeth. It is possible. There's videos of people demonstrating that technique online. Next, let's move on to novelty restraints. Usually when we talk about novelty restraints, we're talking about the fluffy handcuffs or the spicy cuffs. In Mike's video, the man breaks them, but normally you don't have to break them. Most spicy cuffs have a fail-safe release on them. It's usually located on the side of the cuff that would be over on this side or this side of your wrist when they're on. It's normally a switch that will allow you to press and let the cuff reverse back out. This exists because those cuffs aren't actually designed to restrain someone. They're designed for playtime. So if something happens, you need a way to be able to release yourself. If your novelty restraint does not have that, you're going to treat it like a professional restraint. And with professional restraints, we're not going to waste the time trying to teach ourselves how to actually break ourselves out of professional cuffs. Unless you're a professional strongman, the way you break yourself out of cuffs is with bolt cutters. We're going to teach ourselves how to get out of cuffs. And by that, we need a little bit of prep work. We need tools. The tools that we're going to need are handcuff keys. Luckily, most handcuffs are universally keyed. So, in preparation, if you feel that you may be illegally restrained, you should have on you handcuff keys. Handcuff keys are legal, they're cheap, they're easy to buy, they're easy to carry, and they're easily concealable. In fact, this entire video, there's been a handcuff key flashing in and out of frame, and you guys haven't even noticed. I wear a handcuff key right there. You can also buy polypropylene or plastic handcuff keys that come with a little hook. That hook is great for putting in the back of a belt loop so that you can easily access it when your hands are illegally cuffed behind your back. So now that you've watched this, you know the very basics out of escaping out of illegal restraint. So as always, stay vigilant, stay safe. I love you all. Until next time.